Anyways, check. My door. Wait for some people to get in here. Right, so wait for everybody to get into the stream before we do feedback sessions. And wait a few more minutes for everybody to jump in. Hopefully the video gets a little bit better in a sec. Hey Karen, how are you? So let me share my screen because I want to first off show if anybody is not does not see their track in view here, because some people have not enabled download. My mic in here. Some people haven't enabled download, so I wasn't able to actually download their track. So make sure that your track is in here. There's only 10 tracks, and usually we have about 15 or 20. There was a few people on Patreon that actually sent them to me, but they didn't make them downloadable. And then there was somebody who sent it to me on SoundCloud who didn't make it downloadable. So I'd rather not do it on SoundCloud, but we can if I need to. I'll open that up. I'm going to search on Patreon. How's everybody's weekend so far? Dianarp, Arrow, hello. Neil, hello. Manu, hello. Manu, read the description, and it'll tell you that you can submit it. You can submit through. I downloaded it to like today actually. Yeah, I think I downloaded it after you updated it. I can go check. The latest one you sent me was the one I downloaded. And yeah, to submit a track, you either have to donate on the channel, or you become a patron. Any Patreon is fine. You can get the $2 one, the $9, it doesn't matter. And then you can submit it through Patreon on a private message. Okay, so this one. Okay, so I do have a few people that I'll probably do them at the end, because they didn't make it downloadable. So maybe by the time they get to the stream, they'll make it downloadable and I can re-download it. You are not late. You're right on time. I'm doing well. I had a big hike today. Germans love hiking, and I have two friends from the UK that we met here. And so today we went to Grunewald, which is like this big forest, and we hiked for like a couple hours. It was really nice. But I also went cycling this morning, so I'm pretty beat. Do 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 do. Okay. Whoops. Oh, let's close some of these, cause close that, close that, close that, and we will go to SoundCloud after. All right. Yeah, sounds good, D. I didn't know you were in the UK. Yeah, being a good husband, doing shit around the house. That's good. Good, good, good. Always good to do like Sunday chores, right? I wish this thing would go like. There we go. Oh, I guess it can. All right, so just another minute here. We'll get started. We have about 20 people in the chat so far, and I'm assuming that's a lot of who is in the feedback for Patreon. Mojo, you got best weekend. You got new monitors and a subwoofer. That's awesome. Which monitors did you get, and which subwoofer did you get? And Shri, you can submit your SoundCloud link here. Just read the description on the rules, please. Begging brownie points wherever you can. Good call. Oh, thanks, Kuma. Yeah, it was a good stream. A little bit of writer's block, but that's part of the process, right? So I guess I can pull this back up for now. The bit of the process is is the writer's block, which is honestly it's probably good to show you guys, that anybody gets writer's block and the things that I try to do to get out of writer's block. And yeah, so it's good to share that. It was a good celebration. So I appreciate all of you being there. Oh, you got the Genelex? Oh, jealous. Very jealous. Those are I don't even think I've heard them in person, but I just know how high quality they are. Video is still choppy, eh? Let's see if I can somehow fix that. And then we'll get started. Let me see if I can mess around my settings a little bit to get the stream a little bit better, and then we will get started. Wonder if I do a variable bitrate, if that will help. Let's try that. Okay, so CBR is better, so I'll put that back. 2 and CBR. Let's increase this. All right. Okay, we can get started. You're using Rocket, KOK Rockets. That's what I started on too. The KOK Rockets. I have the Atom. What do I have? TX7? No, A7X. I can't remember the exact model name. I'll show you. Those are my monitors, and I really like them. My room is not treated very well. I always mix and master on my headphones as well because my room is not treated, and I can't treat it properly because I can't put 500 holes in these walls because I'm not living here for a very long time. So I don't want to put a bunch of like soundproofing and stuff. It's unfortunate, but it's, you know, it is what it is. I'm probably gonna get like maybe a few that I can maybe just like, I don't know. I'm gonna try and do something, but yeah. I'm using to stream with OBS. It is it's my Elgato Facecam HD, like a really high quality webcam, and then I have a Blue Yeti microphone, a boom arm that I got off Amazon from Blue, and that's it. Thank you, Shri, for the donation. I have no idea what currency that is, but I appreciate that very much. Get your song in here. I'll make you an admin so that you can post your track, and then we'll get started. Oh, I got hiccups. Okay, let's get started. And let me grab this track. Yeah, it's the room is so important. Annual belt is perfect. Let me grab that right now. Quick question, and I don't know if this is out of line to ask or not, but one of my DJ friends, you guys might know her, Daria Formina. She's a Russian DJ, and she is a progressive house DJ. She was just diagnosed with an illness. I won't go into details, but she shared it publicly, so it should be totally fine, of course, to share. And she's asking for help for donations. So people are sharing this page and asking for donations. And I'm just wondering how many of you would be interested in doing like donations for her on a stream, right? Like maybe I could take all the donations from tonight and put it towards her, or I could do a donation stream specifically, and we could like pool together some money to send to her because right now she can't. I believe she can't work because of it, and she's asking for some help. So what I can do is if anybody is interested, I'm gonna put a link to that post, and I'll share what she shared, and then as well I will I'm going to be sending her over something of myself personally, but if people want to donate to her, you can do it in the chat. Let me know if you want to donate to her, and then I will I'll figure out a way to do that. Sent me 4,000 euros. That'd be nice. Holy. Yeah, if you guys know Daria, yeah, she's very nice. Trying to find her page that says Daria Fomina. But yeah, if anybody's interested, let me know and I'll figure something out. But anyways, enough dwelling on that. Yeah, it's a really shitty situation for sure. I feel really bad for her, so that's why I just figured maybe like, you know, if this was something people would be interested in, maybe I could do a stream or something. But I also don't want to push it on anybody, and you know, I'm not too familiar with doing something like that, so I was just wondering. But if you know what, and if you want to do it in your own time, not on the chat or anything, you can do you can go to her page, or you can message me privately and I'll send you a link to her page to donate as well. But let's get into the music now. So yeah, okay, actually, you know what, I wonder if I can send the link. She gave me instructions on how to do it. Because she's in Russia, I think there's a specific way you have to do it. So let me see. I'll grab that while we're listening to the first song. So this is She Must Be Loved, She Who Must Be Loved. And just a reminder, everybody, two things. One, you should put your name in the track when you export it so I know who it's by. So this is by Manuel Baltus, which is his DJ name, I believe is it I can't say it. Bamunia. So just a reminder to do that. And then the second reminder is that I announced my masterclass yesterday. So if you guys want to join in on the masterclass, I'm going to grab the link for you that you can pre-enroll and you can get an exclusive discount on the enrollment. It'll only be for people that are signing up for the pre-enrollment, like the early bird, early access waiting list. And then I'll put the link to that as well. Let me start playing this track here. Oh, this is definitely... No, this is not by Manuel. That is wrong. Sorry that I got them mixed up. This is... Who's this by then? I'm not even sure. Give me one sec. This is by Bamunia. Throw that in the chat. There we go. In the Ableton. Okay. And we'll start with D, because I know that he submitted his track first a long time ago. So I'll start with UD. We'll go up the other way here because you submitted late. All right. And everybody hear this. Yeah, you should be able to hear it. Like that snare. This is groovy. Alright guys, so I sent the link to Daria's Facebook post. You can check it out. Oh, beautiful. I love that bass change. I like that vocal a lot. Beautiful breakdown. I think those synths could be a little louder, the like plucks. Yeah, you're still in time, Dine Up. Oh no, D, is there like a big change? Do you want me to download the new one? I didn't see it in the messages. Let me go to my messages right now. Where's my messages? But yeah, I love that bass line. That bass change is really good. The kick doesn't have a lot of power. Or I guess it does. If I turn it up, it does. It's just like a very high kick. Sometimes with these higher kicks, like it's just probably hitting at like 58 to 60 hertz. Yeah, it's hitting at 65, which is the high C. So that's about as high as you can go for a kick. Any higher than that, it's going to start to be like a trance kick or even higher. Like if I push this up by an octave, it's just too high. It becomes like just punchy. It's like a side trance kick almost. So just be careful of that. I think it sounds fine in this track, but just be wary. Snare is nice. It could probably have a little bit more reverb on it. And let me grab the new version and we'll listen from that section. I just went and downloaded the latest one you sent, so I don't know if it's the same one or not. Sec here. Hey Igor. So if you submit your track now, it'll be like 14th. Diane Arp, I got yours. Next time, just send it through Patreon if you could, because that's where I usually see them. It's just easier to keep track. Oh yeah, that sounds way better. So overall, the track's really nice. Everyone in the chat seems to love it as well. Yeah, I don't have anything else to say about it. It's the only thing I have that I would definitely like express. I feel like this is like really good for like Colorize or one of those labels like Monstercat, Colorize, like those big melodic labels, Matt Fax and Estiva and all those guys. So sorry, I got distracted. So I think you want to make it much wider. That's what I was gonna say. So if you could make it really wide, that would be awesome because then it has that like full lushness in the sides and it just doesn't feel like that. It almost feels like pretty mono. Maybe not like mono, but also I think Daria is joining the stream. I just messaged her to let her know that some people want to donate, so I think she's going to join the stream and say hello. Like this more. Just a little bit, like not much, just a little bit. Would be good. But yeah, overall, well done as usual. Everyone always really likes your tracks here. So, are you sending tracks out to demos, D? I think Daria's in the chat, but I don't see her saying anything yet. Yeah, Shri, I got your track. It's downloaded. Yeah, I think that the drums... The drums can be a little bit brighter, but wider, but I think it's mostly the synths. It's like really up in the highs. If I did like mid-side and kind of push these up. Like around there. You should, man. I think you could send this to like Skytop or Intricate Records or Colorize for sure. Okay, so Daria is in the chat. So this is who I was talking about before. So if anybody wants to like donate to her for what she's going through, really appreciate it. Get in contact with me and we'll figure out a way to send it together. I have to figure out how to actually send it through because she's in Russia, so I have to do it through my account. But if anybody wants to donate or just give any words to Daria, she's in the chat now, and then you can either message her or you can contact me, and then I will help you figure out a way for us to together to send something over for her. I'm sure anything helps, but of course, no pressure. Yeah, you should start up again, man. You absolutely should. Your music's really good. I mean, if you want, you don't have to sign tracks. Like, that's not, if that's not what you want to do, that's totally fine too. Okay. Who is next? What do we have next? Next we have Le Innocent, Adria Falco. I think that the artist is Le Innocent, but Adria Falco sounds more like the artist, so I'm not sure. But hopefully you're in the chat. You can correct me. Nice and heavy. And if you're watching this stream after and you want to send something to Daria, then you can reach out to me as well, because this stream will be up for a little while at least. So you can reach out to me, and yeah, we can still send something in. Adria Falco. Liking this vibe so far. Nice, nice groove. Yeah, very dubby. Yeah, good call. Shri Bermuda. Thanks for stopping by, Daria. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. That's really nice. Let's focus on the mix now. The mix sounds good. The drums could be a tiny bit louder. Nice. Nice transition. Yeah, I think the drums could be a tiny bit louder. Papa Kuma, Proton is a distributor. So they're also a label, but they run a lot of the, like, a lot of progressive labels use Proton as their distributor to send it to Beatport and iTunes and stuff. This is great. Third Eye, hey, how are you? I know you said hi earlier. I totally forgot to reply. So hello, Third Eye. This is great. Very like dub techno. So you could turn the drums up a little bit. You don't have to, but you do have a little bit more room for it. So you could turn them up, but because it's like dub techno, it's old school, and old school stuff usually is a bit quieter with the kick and the hats. So it's not as loud. So you could also make this like more old school by having lower drums, but you could increase the drums and make it more new school and a bit more aggressive. Nice. Those rides are cool. Awesome. Yeah, very well done. That's all I really have to say about that. Really, really cool track. I mean, you probably could put another element into it to make it really stand out. Like some sort of lead sound, screeching pad, something to like elevate the melodic side of it. But overall, it doesn't need it. It just would make it more memorable. So yeah. There you go. That's perfect. Mr. Mojo said he would buy it. So that's a great feedback. Very well done. What happens when frequencies are peaking more than kick and bass? Does it end up being a quiet mix in the mastering stage? That's a really good question. So if we look at like D's track and the span, notice how the hats are basically the same volume as the bass. You don't ever want your hats to be louder than the kick and bass. I don't quote me on that because you should never say never in production, but yeah, you probably want your drums, and this is also just with span, because span uses a slope, right? So if I go into here and I change the slope to 0, I don't know if it'll type here 0, this is what actually is happening. So it's a much different slope, but the default slope is 4.5 on span. So that might look different on different EQs, different processors, different spectrum analyzers, but for span, yeah, you want your drums a little bit quieter than the kick and the bass. And if I go to the other track, it's going to be like way down here, right? So it's much quieter on average. That's why also like you could push this up for sure. If the kick is quieter, then you're probably going to have to push it really loud in the master. So a more balanced mix, anywhere from the kick being around here, you can have the drums a little bit quieter like this. You can have them up to like here. But once you go like up past the drums, then you're probably getting into the territory of your drums are a little bit too loud. I've seen like certain tracks that the drums are louder than the kick and the bass, and that's fine. It still sounds balanced. It's just that you have to be careful once you get up to this point. It might not sound as balanced. Okay, up next we have Trust. And yeah, well done, Adria Falco, with that track. Sorry, I got distracted again. I get these messages. I'm making sure that people aren't submitting their tracks. Yeah. Which slope should be taken? Agree. A standout hook would be good to elevate the track, definitely. Which slope value should be taken? I can't read the last word there because the taken for drums. What do you mean by that? And a message to make sure. Okay. Here also, I forgot to mention, I still do have the stream discount code. So somebody actually just used it. So there's for this weekend only until tomorrow at about 4 p.m. Berlin time. You can get any of my music production courses for 30% off. So somebody just used it. That's what the email was that I got that distracted me. So if you want to grab one of my music production courses, you can get that for 30% off using this coupon code. So it's stream 20K, and then use that at productionacademy.dowdmusic.com. And then underneath that link, I'm going to put the masterclass waiting list. So there is the first link for the music production courses. The second link is for the masterclasses. So if you want to pre-enroll for the masterclass, if you want to be on the waiting list for the masterclass so that you can enroll when it's available, then you can join that link right there. It's just going to put you into the email list so that when I do announce the masterclass is available to join in, and it's going to have limited spots, so you're going to want to get the email first so that you're not waiting around until you realize it's already sold out. So click on that second link, and I'll pin that up at the top as well so that you can also join in the masterclass. It's going to be a lot of fun. Let's go on to the last track here, or the next track, Trust. I'm not sure who this is by, so if anybody can claim it, that would be great. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it too, Kuma. This vibe is really good. The mix needs a little bit of work, but and Shri, the slope value should be 4.5. Like when you open up a span, defaults, and then I'm actually gonna stop it because this is a pretty well balanced mix. Whose track is this? Are you in the chat? Can you let me know? Yeah, exactly, Kuma. Come forward. We want to know. This is a well-balanced mix. You can see here, the kick is sitting between like 32 and like 30. I usually aim between like maybe 40 if it's like a really quiet kick, but usually it's not. So between like 36 and like 32 is where you want your kick to sit usually. Your kick and your sub. The kick alone can be a bit quieter. Right, a little bit quieter, closer to 36, but when you have your kick and bass, you're usually hitting up around here. And then your second and third octave of basses are a little bit quieter, kind of like a downward slope, usually, like a 40-degree angle. And then you have your mids, which can be anywhere from really quiet to really loud. And then you have your high end a few dB quieter than that, again, between like 36 and 42. So like between these two lines, and here you want between these two lines, not touching this line. That's a good balanced mix on span most of the time. Also, I want to know if this, I think this person might have used one of the samples I supplied in one of my videos. It sounds like it. It sounds really good. And you know what I was thinking is the easiest way for us to, for anybody to want to send money to Daria, if you want, you can I'll take all the donations from today's stream, and I will send it to Daria. So any donations that come through on the stream, again, no pressure, but if you do want to give and you want me to do it for you, you can also donate on the stream, and any donations I get today, I will be putting towards Daria's, towards Daria Fomina. Ooh, loving that. That's a really nice lead in there. All right. Yeah, it sounds really nice. So to me, this lead is a little bit like muddy. It's not shining through the mix very well. It's just kind of like it's hidden behind all the other stuff. So you either have to make it a bit punchier, like a bit sharper to cut through the mix, or you can use some sidechain compression. So like the lead, when it comes in, you want it to squish down the other sounds. So you want to like squish down the pads and the strings and stuff, and at like 3 or 4 dB to make room for the lead, so it comes through easier. Oh, and the hats. Good call, D. Yeah, the hats could definitely be louder. Hey, Rickon, how are you? Breakdown's nice. I like that groove a lot. One sec, I'm gonna see if I like that vocal a lot too. Bassline sounds good. Cool, very nice song. Just the leads. The hats are nice, but they don't shine through the mix very well. Like they do back here. Even then, actually, they don't shine through too much. Yeah. Yeah, I'll see you at Burgit. Really looking forward to that. So yeah, the hats aren't punching through enough for me. Which is hard because they're pretty loud. So I think it needs just a little bit more weight in the hats, like around maybe, I don't know, 2 or 3K maybe. Or maybe higher, maybe like 4 or 5K, like up here. Right, that like that will help it punch through the mix a little bit. Other than that, sounds pretty good. No, we haven't found out whose it is. Love that sound. I think the strings are a little bit too loud as well. They're like, bah, bah. Yeah, Dio, it just feels like it's a little bit loud. It's kind of clouding up the track a little bit. This part sounds sick. Felt slightly rushed getting to the main lead out and going into the drop. Let's try that again. I don't think it rushes out too much for the lead personally, but D, if you think that, that's totally like, you know, each their own opinion. I kind of do this myself in some tracks, so maybe that's why I feel like it's not. Cool. I think we can move on. Cool track. People in the chat like it. That's what we want to see. Appreciate everybody's feedback. Mojo says the drop sounds like DMT is hitting. That's probably one of the best compliments you're going to get today. So I see what you mean, though. D, I do see what you mean, though. So, yeah. Let's move on to, again, nobody's putting in their name, so I don't know who this is by. If you're in the chat, please let us know. Oh, you meant the transition from main lead to drop. Oh, yeah, I see what you mean. Like, it kind of transitioned a little bit. Like, it didn't feel like when the drop hit there was as much power because the big lead coming in was also kind of against the lead. I see what you mean now. Yeah, I was kind of feeling like that too. Maybe a little bit less sounds on the drop, a little bit more kick and bass and drums to let it punch through a bit better. I think that would help. So maybe turn a few elements down, or a little bit more sidechain on the drop would help kind of push that through. Pretty cool. Ooh, wasn't expecting that. I love the idea here. I think it sounds really cool, but I also think that the drums aren't punching through enough. Maybe a bit better of a transition into the breakdown. Nice build. Very cool. The kick is a little bit hidden in the mix. I think the sub bass is a little bit too loud. It's not sidechained enough. I don't feel like the boom, boom, boom. It's kind of just sounds like a transient's coming through. Cool. Overall, really nice track. I think, yeah, the kick in the bass. The hats actually sound pretty good to me. Like, they fit the vibe really well. Sorry if you can hear my Facebook messages. Let me turn that off. I have 500 windows open at all times. Yeah, pretty good mix. I just think that the kick doesn't feel like it's punching through. It just kind of feels like it's like, there's no like power to it. So I think that would help if you sidechained some more and made it a bit more, yeah, a bit more room. Cool. Nice respace, yeah. Papa Kuma, thank you so much. I didn't even see this donation because I was listening to the track. Thank you very, very much for the $50 donation going towards Daria for her recovery. He says, wishing you well, Daria, and hope you have a speedy recovery. Thank you so much, Papa Kuma. That's very generous of you. That's really, really nice. That's a great track. Thank you so much. Yeah, agreed. The drums definitely need to hit a bit. Or actually, I think the drums hit pretty good if you turn it up a little bit, but it's just the kick that I felt needed to hit harder. So yeah, awesome. Thank you again, Papa Kuma. That's very generous, and I'm really glad that I was able to. I'm glad that I have this platform that I can share, even if it's just a few people here that are willing to help out. Really, really appreciate that. That's very, very kind of you. So I will wait till the end of the stream, and then maybe tomorrow I'll send everything over to Daria. Okay. Cool. Moving on to the next track. I'm going to start to speed through these a little bit more. I feel like we're already an hour in, so all these ones are a little bit shorter anyways. Up next, we have Clay Soul with Kyoya? 4 vowels after each other. It's a hard word to say. Okay, so these drums are very reverberated. They have way too much tail on them, and it's just gonna cloud up the mix so much. I don't even know if it's reverb. It's like this weird tail. Maybe it's a saturation or a vocoder. Groove's nice though. Okay, transition to the breakdown. Cool breakdown. Cool build. That sounds really cool. Oh, wow, that's cool. Okay, so I actually liked it without the bass changing. I thought this was a really cool addition, the lead synth. That's just me. I do like the lead changing notes, but not the bass. What do you guys think? Nice transition. As for the mix, yeah, and see, doing the bass here again on the mix out is not a good idea because it doesn't feel like the track's really ending. Feels like it's still building. So I think that the bass is a little bit too loud for the kick. The kick doesn't feel like it punches through the mix at all. Too quiet. And the bass is louder than the kick, so it's just not going to feel very powerful in a club. It'll feel just like very bassy and not very balanced. But cool ideas. I love that lead. Very like unique and sounds really cool, very groovy and catchy, but it just could be executed a little bit better. So hopefully that's helpful. Let's see. Whoop. Why is my chat not working? Let's see. There we go. It distracted me from the groove with the bass change. Yeah, that's a good way to say it. And then love the lead change, but the bass don't change maybe. Or maybe change it, but like later. Like do it for a bit first in the atonal bass, single note, and then maybe here change the bass to switch it up even more, and then go back to the atonal bass. But yeah, cool track overall. Okay, up next we have From Umbra by Deep Papaya. Deep Papaya is submitting every month, and really nice like deep style tracks. And I just want to say thanks again to everybody for the support. This is just reminded me that everybody here is supporting me and helping me be able to do this for you guys as well. So I really appreciate all the support. I really appreciate that we can do this together and that this is something that works really well for everybody, because it doesn't take much time out of the month and for me, and it's the least I can do to help you guys. But I really do appreciate it, and I really enjoy this time hanging out with everybody on the streams. To be honest, they're not easy to do sometimes. They're a little bit taxing mentally to be, in front of an audience of people and just kind of being myself. But I do really enjoy it, and I'm really glad that we can do this together. So Papa Kuma says he would play it if it didn't change the bass. So that's good feedback. Liking the vibe of this so far. Ooh, I like that sound a lot. I want to hear that again. Very cool. I like the percussion. Very trippy sounds. I like that a lot. Okay, so I lost a bit of power there. I'm not sure why. Yeah, so I think you need to pull some of the elements out, maybe a little bit of the bass here. You can pull out a little bit like with some EQ, and then you can also kind of like maybe just that sound is a little bit too loud. That percussion effect sound is just a little bit too loud here, and it just makes it a bit. I'm just not hearing so much from it. So yeah, I think maybe some sidechain as well, make that come through a little bit more, and maybe a little bit more kick, a little bit more power in your kick, just slightly. Thank you. Is it Ira Key, or is it Ira? I'm assuming it's Ira. Ira Key, thank you so much for the donation. Really appreciate that. We will send that over to Daria, and that will help her hopefully on her recovery journey. Thank you very much. Very generous of you to donate as well. And just replying to what people were saying about, about doing the streams. Much love, brother, from DO5. As always, you're killing it. Thank you very much. I really, really sincerely appreciate all the comments and all the positivity. The community, this community is amazing. Honestly, I could not have expected such a positive community, and even my friends, that watch the stream sometimes, they tell me that they're just so impressed by how active the chat is, how everybody's just so positive and so helpful, and it makes me so happy and feel so full to know that I've brought together like-minded people, and we can all share this passion for music, and we can all share this love for music, and we can keep pushing each other up to achieve what we want to achieve with our music. So really, really awesome that we have this community, and it's going to keep growing. So I'm very excited for that. Neil says, cheers to you, Brendan. Your channel's helped me grow leaps and bounds in my music journey. Awesome. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Karen, I agree with Neil. Wouldn't be where I am today on my music journey without Brendan. Thank you very much. Enjoy the sessions down and keep it going. You guys are awesome. Thank you very much. It's just like free therapy for me right now. Just like so positive. Okay, back to the music. So percussion, nice. The kick is a little bit. I think the synths are a tad too loud, like 1 or 2 dB too loud. The kick is 1 or 2 dB too quiet, and that effects hit is like 3 dB too loud. Maybe more. Yeah, all these effects are. Nice lead coming in. Hey, Sryan, how are you? Yeah, these synths are awesome. Super trippy, super dark and gritty, but just quite loud. The breakdown is nice, but it's a little bit empty, I think. Like, it just... not empty per se, but it just feels like... like hollow, if that makes sense. Like, it just feels like it needs some sort of groove aspect. Even that sound there. If you put that in more. Percussion here definitely helps. It just feels a bit like it's just dragging on a little bit. I just think that it... I don't know. Do you guys know what I mean? It feels a bit long as well. Minute and a half. So I would probably shorten it by 30 seconds, and the 30 seconds I would cut is probably here. So maybe 15 seconds of this and 15 seconds of this, or 8 bars of each. And I think that would be 30 seconds, right? Okay. So see how the kick is actually quite quiet compared to the bass? When the bass comes in, this raises up a lot. It's boom, boom, woo, woo, boom, 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 woo, woo, right? Like boom, boom. That's also how you can tell that the kick is too quiet compared to the bass. So I think turning up the kick would help balance out the track a lot, bringing down the synths a little bit. I think bringing down the synths a couple dB is going to help the drums feel like they're in the right place as well, because they sound pretty good, but bringing down the synths will help the drums stick out a bit more, and then your kick being turned up quite a bit more would help the track feel balanced, and then I think you're good. The songwriting feels good. People in the chat also like it, so it's agreed that it is a nice track. It's just those little things that are holding the mix back quite a bit. Up next, we have Mr. Mojo with Lighthouse. Yes, that's a really good point, D. So DO5 said the main lead doesn't change. The energy, it stays the same, so there's no tension or buildup. It stays exactly the same throughout. I totally understand what you're saying here, and I totally agree. So it feels like the there's no, like, it's not a story. It just feels like it's kind of just going through the motions, which is kind of, it might make sense for this style, but yeah, I think it makes a little bit more sense for this style being like more after hoursy later. But yeah, just if you could like, I'm not even, oh my gosh, I'm not even sure exactly what you could do to remedy that, but maybe pull the lead out a little bit. Maybe pull some of that out of the breakdown so that it doesn't feel like you are introducing it so much, if that makes sense. Or take it out of the drop. I don't know. It's hard to say, but I think that's a good point to be made. This is what I meant. The mid frequencies are almost hitting a roof, so will this end up being a quiet mix? No. So with mixes, a lot of the time, like the mids can be completely different. Like depending on how much information is in the track, it can look like it's very full, or it could look very empty like this. Yeah, definitely like a 5 a.m. track. So we have Mr. Mojo with Lighthouse. Or 8 a.m. nice. Nice cooldown. Bass drop into the breakdown. Very cool idea. Oh, very cool. Wow. Very cool drop. I'll hear that again. Very nice groove. Everyone loved that drop. Check. Okay. Check. Okay, overall, really good track. Thank you, Doublicious. Thank you for the feedback. I turned my microphone down. I hope it's a little bit better. I turned it down by about 1.5 to 2 dB. Please let me know if this is better and if the music is loud enough or too loud. Really cool track. I think you need a little bit more hi-hats. That they're quite quiet, and I think that they need to come through a bit more, and maybe even bulk them up a little bit, like with a bigger, stronger hat, like something like yeah, like that. A bit more, yeah, bulky, lower mids. Because right now it just feels like a shaker. And it needs a little bit more power, I think, and quite a bit more volume. So, okay, that volume is better, Doublicious. Do I still need to bring it down a little bit more, or is it good? Ira, you can send a project. Here, what I'll do, Ira, is I'm gonna make you an admin, and then you can submit your track with a link here. So as soon as I make you an admin, like a moderator, then you will be able to put links into the chat, and you can put it there, and I will add you. But please make sure the link is downloadable. Okay, so now you're a moderator. You should be able to put your link in the chat. One more dB. Okay, thank you. Good feedback. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Check 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 to check 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 check. Yeah, it still looks a little bit loud, but I think I want to be heard over the music. That's probably a little bit better. I think down production need to give you admin to send the link. Yes, exactly. Okay, so moving on, we have The North by Christoph. Not Christoph. This is. I don't know who this was by. I remember he sent in 2 tracks. This is why it's important to put your. Oh, sorry, it is North. The artist name is North, I believe. And then Christoph, and then Bell 7. Let's listen to. We're gonna listen to one of them quickly, and then one like a little bit faster, just because there's 2. Yeah, well done, man. Perfect, thank you. Cool vocals. Nice bass line. Gonna throw a limiter on here. So you have some low end that's very wide. You definitely want to check that out and scoop it out like that, because that's just gonna throw off your mix. Oops. Okay, got the track, Ira. Thank you. Ira, could you send me the MP3 of the track, not the project file? You sent over the project, but I just need the MP3. Oops, did not mean to do that. That's alright. Alright, Third Eye, thanks for tuning in. Always appreciate you hanging out. Ooh, love that. Nice, very cool. Very cool vibe. Mixed feels balanced. I think you could probably push the high end up a little bit. Tiny bit. Like right up here. It's just like that. Well done. Very nice track. For me, it's just that hat needs to come up a little bit. And that's probably just a taste thing. That might just be my personal preference. I like a little bit crispier drums. But everything else sounds pretty good. Kick is pretty good. This is by North. I believe that's his name. I want to check. Give me a sec here. Just gonna make sure. And then also, thank you very much, Doublicious, for the donation. I will add that to Daria, the Daria Fund as well. And then, did you have a track that you wanted to submit? Yeah, it's a really nice track. Really enjoy it. There is another one we can just listen to quickly. I don't want to give too much attention to it because I only try to give one person the feedback. So we're all waiting, but we'll take a listen really quickly. Everybody, welcome 40 Cats to the chat. I know a lot of you are probably fans of 40 Cats. Hi, 40 Cats. I guess I should say hi too. Thanks for joining. This is good too. Yeah, you can submit your track through SoundCloud. That's fine. Dang, this is good too. North, if you're in the chat, say hello. Yeah, very cool track as well. I'm gonna skim through it a little bit faster. Kaitan, I don't know how to pronounce your name. I'm so sorry. Chaitanya. You can just read the description below. It tells you how to submit a track, either through donation or through Patreon. And this track's really nice as well. It is by North. I just confirmed it. His artist name is North. Really good song as well. I wouldn't even give any more feedback to that. That sounds really, really nice. And if you want to check out North, you can go to SoundCloud. It is Official North. So soundcloud.com/Official North if you guys want to check out more of his music. Yeah, really cool track. The clap, I guess I'll give some feedback. The snare is a little bit quiet. There's a little bit of side chaining here. This is important to note. So if you listen to the rides, they're getting side chained with the kick. They're like, shh, 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 shh. But when the kick stops playing, they come back in and they're like, shh, 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 shh. That could be intentional, but sometimes people forget that when you take the kick off or you EQ the kick out, the side chain doesn't work anymore. So it goes from like, shh, shh, to right here. So it can be a desired effect. I think it sounds cool to do it like that, but if you're not meaning to do that, then you should make sure that you have a ghost side chain or like a ghost kick, so that it doesn't do that. Okay, we have I don't know the name of this one, of this artist. If anybody can claim this, that would be great. Feb Funk. Manu, let me see. Is your track here? It's here, right? Yeah. No problem, Clay Soul. Full track. Okay, so this is Karen. Yeah, that kick and bass line sounds really powerful. Really, really good. Sorry, I shouldn't have stopped it. I just wanted to make that known. The kick itself, again, it's very high, up at 65 hertz. This is what I was saying earlier. I'm not sure if you were in the chat, Karen. At 65 hertz, the kick does become pretty like boom, boom, like bassy. and not like subby. So just be careful when mixing kicks like this. Sometimes over a loud system, they don't sound so powerful. Or if you want it to be a little bit lower, you can drop it down a few notes to maybe like an A sharp or an A or even a G sharp, or actually a G would sound really good, or an A sharp, I think. But of course, the C is fine, but it does make it so that the kick is more like a trancey kick. Anything past 65 is too high for me, but it does work really well with the bass line, especially when you have a very subby bass line and it's like very like powerful in the low end. You can use a higher pitched kick like this to cut through that sub. So I think that's working pretty well here. Very nice groove. The bass is a bit wide. So you see here that the bass is actually in stereo. So you definitely want to make sure that you're cutting that out. And then rebalancing it once it's taken out. Like, yeah, like that. Iris says all of us have a really good sound. I agree. I like that percussion. I like how that percussion feels like it has its own space. It's a very busy mix, but that percussion still feels like it has depth. The lead is nice. Cool build. Okay, it's a very cool vibe. I think maybe there could be like a little bit of a break here, like just take the kick out for a couple beats just to like keep it fresh and to like reset the ear a little bit, take a little bit of like the pressure off the constant groove, but just like 2 or 4 beats, nothing major. I like this sound. Cool build. Oh yeah, Juliana. I saw you message me somewhere. Where did you message me? Great build up, Karen. Oh, lovely. Love what you did with the bass. Nice, bringing in that hat. Okay, so I think, I'll just stop it. Okay, so the track's really cool. The bass is really groovy, and the overall idea is really nice. Yeah, I think I literally, oh, sorry. Well, I can't jump from what I'm saying to what I'm saying. So the groove is really good. But I think cutting out the stereo image of the bass would help it clean up a little bit. And overall, it's a bit bulky. Like there's a lot. Maybe there just needs to be a tiny bit better balance of the overall sounds. It feels very like condensed, like there's a lot going on. And I think it needs to just be cleaned up a little bit, which is, it's hard to pinpoint exactly what needs to be cleaned up. And it's not much. It's just a little bit full on when you bring in everything else. And I think that lead, this one, it needs to be a little bit louder and a little bit more present. It feels a bit thin to me. Like it feels like it's lacking a little bit of power. If you bring in a little bit more of the lower and low mid frequencies or add another layer of that, basically what you can do is you can add in another layer, and then on that layer, you bring it down an octave. The first layer is this one, but then you also bring in a second layer in your synth or samples, whatever it is. You pitch it down a full octave. Okay, so you pitch it down, now it sounds like this. I mean, that actually sounds really nice, but if you don't want it to sound like that and you just want the power from it, then you go like this. You cut out all of the other frequencies. And this gives you like some nice warm frequencies to work with without just pushing up frequencies that might not be there from the original sound. I hope that makes sense. You can lower the octave and then filter out everything so you're only hearing the new low frequencies that you added, and then you blend it in with the original sound. And or you could just lower the octave and layer it up with this. Like this actually might sound good if you layer both up. Let's see how that sounds. Yeah, see how much more power that has? And if I take this one off, sorry, this one, and now the original. Nope, this was the original. With the lower, even with less volume, it just has a lot more power and it's going to punch through the mix a lot better. Oh my god, sorry everybody. And then maybe some sidechain compression so that when the lead is coming in, it's kind of ducking the other sounds out of the way. So you could like sidechain your synths to your leads. When your lead plays, it'll pull like 2 or 3 dB of the pads out of the way. And you won't really hear it. You shouldn't hear it, but it should sound a little bit cleaner. Of course, you can always book a call with me. And that goes for everybody. But yeah, Karen, if you want to book a call with me, we can go over this and fine tune the mix. I don't think it needs much work, maybe a half hour to an hour, and I think we could clean it up a little bit. But anybody else that is interested in coaching with me, I do offer one-on-one coaching. It's a video call, so it's like this. We sit on a video call, we go into your project, and we can focus on fine tuning like what you need to learn, how you can get better. And I also offer like track fine tuning. So if you have a track that's pretty much finished and you just need help finishing it, we can open it up on my DAW and I can go in and just spend time making your track sound as professional as possible with my mixing tools, my mixing techniques, help you finish writing the song. It's kind of like we're working together to finish your song. And I offer that as well. So if you're at all interested, you can reach out to me or you can go to my website and you can book it there. I'll put the link in the description. I'll put the link in the chat right now. But yeah, overall, really cool track, Karen. I really enjoyed it. Everyone else in the chat enjoyed it, so that's really good. There's the link to the coaching. And let me catch up on these messages here while we're listening to the next song. And I love what you did with the bass, how you changed the bass there. That was really cool, and the build-up was really nice. Let's go to the Pontian. Am I saying that right? She Who Must Be Loved. Then we have, so just to update everybody, we have Bamunia, Practice, Shri, Black Eyelashes, Diane Arp with an ID, and then I have Ira on SoundCloud, and 1 or 2 more tracks on SoundCloud. So we'll probably go another 25 minutes. I'll try and wrap it up in the next half hour for sure. Okay, and as for the comments, let's see. Oh, and then Juliana's track as well. So sorry, Juliana, like I had so many messages over this weekend. My notifications on my phone are like 4 days ago. I have to catch up, but I did see your message, so I will add it to the stream as well. And Karina, hopefully you're reading the chat so you can see the other information that people are what other people are saying. And then I would actually like to. Oh yeah, sorry, D. I'm reading your comments now. Maybe an octave higher after. Yeah, literally, like, yeah. I'm glad we're on the same page. Matthew, the donation button, it should be on the page. It's like I'll try and find it because I don't even know for sure. How do you donate on here? I actually don't even know. What's that? I'm usually only watching my own stream. Can somebody actually in chat write to let Matthew Hines know how to donate on YouTube? Mr. Mojo, thanks for hanging out. Appreciate your track. Really, really nice. And always appreciate the support. Really digging this. Hey Nicola, how's it going? My weekend is going well. How's your weekend going? You're welcome, Karen. This is sweet, by the way. Next to the emotions button. Thanks, Ira. So, Matthew, it's next to the emojis button. Little sign next to the chat bar where you type. Hey, this is sounding really tight. I love the atmosphere. Doublicious, did I receive your link? Did you send it on SoundCloud? Are you Sergio Villas? That vocal's super cool. No, I didn't get your link, so just make sure to send it. Here, Doublicious, send it in the chat. I made you a moderator, so you can comment in the chat now. Ooh. This is tight. Awesome, got it, thank you. This is like straight out of Berlin. Thanks, Juliana. That donation is gonna go to Daria for Mina. I'm not sure if you were here when we were talking about that, but all the donations today are going towards Daria, who is suffering from an illness right now. So thank you for that donation. I will add it to the list. But yeah, this track's tight. This is very Berlin vibes. So that percussion is really cool, but I think it's like it sits nice in the mix, but in contrast to the other drums, it feels like it's a little bit louder. So that kind of percussion needs to be a little bit quieter, or the other drums need to come up a little bit more. I'm talking like 1 to 2 dB. Or filter out a tiny bit of the high end so it feels a little bit further back in the mix. But I like it closer in the mix. So I think push your drums up like your hi-hat. I think it could be a little bit louder, maybe 2 to 3 dB louder. Yeah, really sad about Daria. So yeah, all the donations today are going towards her. So thank you. I will include yours when I send her the money as well. Really cool track. Love the melody, love the vibe, the atmosphere. It feels like something I would hear in many of the clubs here in Berlin. So well done. You could also try a more heavily distorted kick. I think that would make it even more intense. But that would change the style a little bit, but it's just a suggestion. Up next, we have Bamunia with Practice 1. Add a little bit of a limiter to this. Gonna grab that's a little bit bright of a hat. Okay, cool track. The mix needs a little bit of balancing. The hats are very sharp and a little bit ear piercing. So I think you could fix those. They're at a pretty good volume. Maybe a dB too loud. Maybe. Maybe not actually. I think just your kick needs to come up a little bit, actually. And that would balance it out. I think the kick overall is pretty quiet. You can even see that the kick is actually quieter than the hat is here. So I think pushing up the kick just like 2 dB would help it feel balanced overall. And then it wouldn't feel like the hat's so sharp in contrast. Ira, I don't see your track. Where did you send it? Or where did you post it? On SoundCloud? I don't see it. Oh, I love that synth. Love that synth. Beautiful. Yeah, Surgeon Dubs, it is paid. It's donation based, and the donations are going to somebody who needs it right now. Yeah, I agree, Kuma. The hats are a little bit sharp, just a little bit ear piercing. Trying to find your post there. Very nice. Nice synth work. Oh, got it now. Thanks, Ira. Hey, that synth work is beautiful. Yeah, synth work is beautiful. Kick needs to come up. Hat needs to be a little bit less sharp. Overall, really cool track. Okay, up next we have Shri with Black Eyelashes. Is there anybody else who doesn't see their track here? This is Ira's track, and then I have one sec. I will throw in Juliana's. We have Juliana's, Ira's, and then I have Dianarp, Shri, and then I have Sergio Vilas, Doubleicious, and Celtic. Am I missing anybody else? Please let me know. Yeah, Manu, it was a really nice track. I love that synth. That do 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 do. Very beautiful. It elevated the track so much. Really well done. Okay. Make sure I'm not missing anything else. Okay. Let's do the next one. Shri with Black Eyelashes. I think I have this link open that I'm gonna listen to after. I'm gonna scrub through it. My friend was at Guy J on Friday, I think, and he said that he dropped my new remix. So I'm gonna try and find it in the set that somebody recorded. Fingers crossed I find it, because that would be cool. I love when he plays my music. This groove is awesome. Mix feels really well done. Feels like Volan Sentier type organic. Really nice percussion. Kick is punchy, bass is full. Well done. Thanks, Kuma. Beautiful vocal. Love that. Love the ARP too. While we're listening, another couple announcements. Aside from the masterclass, my new track on Alex Orion's EP just came out. My new EP, 2 tracks, just came out on Solus Records, Alex Orion's label. So really excited about that. Also, I have some bookings this year, playing around Europe, and then ADE, Amsterdam Dance Event, I'll be playing again. So please let me know if you'll be in any of the areas that I play. I would love to meet all of you. Should be in Prague, Italy in a few places, Sri Lanka, Croatia. Sorry, not Croatia, Czech Republic. And a few more, the UK, Portugal. Nice. Awesome. I'm playing Amsterdam in September as well. Before AD. This track is great. I honestly don't think there's anything I would change. The mix sounds great. Everything sounds well placed. Honestly, I don't know what I would change. This sounds really, really good. The only thing I was concerned about is this part was a little bit too long. You could bring this ARP up a little bit. Maybe this section's a little bit too long. Maybe you can bring the ARP in over here, and then this part you can have the vocal and the ARP playing at the same time. Just an idea. I don't know if it felt too long to anybody else. It didn't even really feel that long to me because I was skipping through, but maybe it's a little bit too long. It is quite a long track. That's the only thing I would suggest. Everything else, top quality, very well done. I would play that, I think. So if the mood fit it, at least. 40 Cat says she's listening so she can grab something for perfection. So if you guys aren't familiar with 40 Cat's label, then it's putting out really, really high quality music. I'm sure I will be doing a remix or sending demos in as well at some point when I have some more time and some more demos. But really, really hot stuff coming out of that label. Well done, 40 Cats. Up next we have Ira Key. And this is just her demo. And yeah, I was supposed to go on tour in Argentina. It fell through because the economy obviously is having issues right now. So I'll be coming to Argentina maybe later this year or early next year. Australia as well, early next year. A lot of water. So notice here how the kick and bass are actually going quite high above this line. And it's very jumpy. It's moving around a lot. We did skip Diane Arp. Thank you for letting me know. Oh, nice, Nicola. Sorry, Diane Arp. The hat to me feels a bit like hollow, like it's a bit thin. It's a bit like kind of really bright here. I'll go back. So I think choosing a different hi-hat sample would be good. One that feels a bit more like not like it feels like it's empty. There's no transient. That's awesome. Congrats, Nicola. That's really cool. I'd love to hear it. The snap is nice. It's a little bit bright, but it sounds nice. Oh, okay, 40 Cats. Maybe I will send something in then. Is this you singing, Ira? So I think the sub bass is a little bit too loud. The vocal sounds very beautiful. I think changing out the hi-hat sample would be very valuable. And the snap sample is okay. It could also be swapped out for something a little bit better, but it's not bad. Yeah, Nicola, like 6 to 12 months is standard for releasing tracks. And yeah, Papa Kuma says that like I wrote a track over 2 years ago and it just got released. Another track, the track I'm releasing on Sudbeat, I wrote like honestly like 4 years ago. It's crazy, but I just never found a label for it. I knew it was a really good song. I just never settled. And yeah, I waited and waited and waited, and now I'm signing it with Sudbeat, and it was worth the wait. But 4 years, I think. Yeah, like 4 years almost. Breakdown is really nice. It didn't take 2 years to sign it. It just, I wrote it 2 years ago, and then it got signed, and it took like 3 months to come out. Yeah. Nice. It sounds really good here. I love the percussion in this. It sounds really good. I like the little off snares and the off percussion you have. It really brings it to life. It sounds really good. Yeah, thanks guys. It's not officially, I haven't signed the contract for Sudbeat yet, but they did say that they wanted the track and they're waiting to do it on a compilation because their EPs were filled until whoever, like very far in advance. Like I probably would be waiting over a year for the release. So I would have rather done a compilation and get it out sooner, especially since the track is literally 4 years old. I wrote it when I was living in Toronto during COVID, like, or I think like the very beginning of COVID. Yeah, I think so. It was like 3 years and a bit, and it won't be out till like 4 years out. Yeah, this sounds really good, Ira. Thanks, guys. The kick is very subby too. You might be able to shorten the kick a little bit. Usually you want your kicks to be about an 1/8 note long. So that actually looks okay. That looks okay. It's just very boomy. That's okay. Ignore that part. I really like that ARP too. I think it could be a little bit louder. Like 1 or 2 dB louder. Do, 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 do. Oh, nice, nice, Christina. That's awesome. Balance is a good label too. Yeah, well done, Ira. Any questions? Feel free to let me know. But overall, sounding like a pretty good track. Love the vocal. Love the drop here. Just swap out that hat. I think will really elevate the track as well. Let's go up to Diane Arp. We have ID. Diane Arp is always been supporting on the channel and always in the stream. So thank you for that. Let's quickly check the stereo imaging for this. I feel like Okay, so that you could probably add a little bit of mid-side processing as well to take out the lows. Okay. Yeah, that looks good. Thanks, Daria. This sounds really nice. Yeah, so my track that was 2 years in the making was Dryad. Comes out this month, like in like a week and a half, 2 weeks. I have a track that I wrote. I think I wrote it the same time that I wrote Hallstatt. So Hallstatt was released about 6 months after I wrote it, and that came out in July of 2022. So I think probably it was October of 2021 I wrote this other track, and I have not found a label for it yet, and I just won't settle. It's one of my it's probably top 2 favorite tracks I've ever written, and I can't find a label that wants it. It's a little bit unique, and yeah, so it was like, it's gonna be like 3 years old before I sign it, maybe 4 years old. And then the track Uriah, same thing. It was like 3 or 4 years old, just sitting on my hard drive. Oh, same with Loss of Gravity. That's another one. It was sitting on my hard drive. That one I wrote like 4 or 5 years ago. Like maybe like 3 or 4 years ago. I wrote Loss of Gravity, and I knew it was a really good track, and I didn't want to settle for less. And then I signed it to Humidas, which was a great label to sign it to. So, moral of the story, if you have a lot of confidence in your music, be patient and don't just settle for less. It sounds really good. Thanks, Juliana. This vibe is really, really good. Very proggy. Okay, we got just a few more tracks. I like the cooldown. Like, I like how it's still very groovy and catchy. Very cool. Honestly, I don't know. That vocal there is a little bit loud. Tiny bit. I think my only feedback is to take, you could probably make it a tiny bit longer. Maybe like 740. And it feels like it was just a little bit rushed at the end. And just make the mix out a little bit more like it's dropping. So like drop more elements out. Like maybe that pad, that string, kind of drone. It's a bit much at a mix out, and it feels like when I take this out, I'm going to lose a lot of power. So maybe fade that out a little bit before it gets to the last like 32 or 64 beats. Like by here, it should be starting to fade out or fade it out, and for sure fade it out by this point. Really good track. That's such a good tension builder. Like that would be a really good song for a set where you're like opening before the headliner or you're playing after the headliner and it's late. When you're finished that track, send it over to me. I might play it out. Yeah, I think I would play this out. So definitely send this over to me when you're done, Diane Arp. Okay, well done. We have Juliana Wolf with Aria. So this is a track, I believe. Yeah, this track's already been released, and I included it in my end of the year mix. I love this track, and she had it remixed, so we're gonna take a listen to that. Yeah, it's a good transition track. Like it feels like a good B track. I really like it. Yeah, of course. Thank you for the support. It's getting late here in Berlin, so I'm going to wrap it up once I finish these last 4 tracks. Or 3 tracks. I'm going to focus on the kick. I think the bass might be a little bit too loud, Juliana. And I'm pronouncing that correctly, right? Because it's German. You don't pronounce the U. See, yeah, see how loud the sub bass is? Especially when I play just the kick. The kick's hitting till about here, which is good. It's a good volume. It could be maybe a dB louder, but it's actually at a good volume. But once the bass comes in, that jumps way up. This is too loud. It should be more like but your kick shouldn't be quieter. So I would address that. A little bit of side information in the bass. You want to take that out with a mid-side EQ. It was beautiful today. It was like 22 or 25 degrees today. It was so nice. Went on a really nice hike. Such a cool track. I think the hats are a bit quiet as well. Like overall, the low end just feels like it's overpowering everything now. Yeah, see, that sounds much better to me and way less wide in the lows. Argentina, it's been raining that much. Wow, 20 days of rain. That sucks. That's kind of what it was like here before. So yeah, this sounds really, I love this track. It's such a cool track. I think the hat needs to punch through a bit better. The bass synth and the bass itself are a little bit too loud. Oh my gosh, 5 degrees Celsius. So yeah, I think that it needs to be shifted a little bit, and a little bit punchier on the hat would be good. I think with the volume being up, it'll actually make it better. Okay, we have just 3 tracks left. I believe. I have Sergio Villas, Night Watch. And that's not going to be on Ableton. And then I have Ambient Odyssey by Doublelicious. Actually, I'll do Ambient Odyssey first because I know that he's or they're in the chat. I don't know if Sergio is. And then I have one by Celtic. And Celtic's also not in the chat. So you guys don't have to stick around for that one as much because then we're done. I mean, obviously you can stick around if you want, but I'm going to go grab something to eat after. I have not had dinner yet, and it's 10:30. Two and a half hour stream already. Last chance for any donations to Daria as well. Yeah, great job everybody today. Great music. This sounds really good. The vibe's nice. The kick is pretty muffled. You probably want to turn up a little bit of your high end on the kick. Like around here. Maybe one of these. Clap sounds nice. The mix sounds pretty good, just a little bit muffled. Needs more clarity. Are you still in the chat, Doublelicious? Oh, there you are. Oh! You don't hear anything. Well, that's embarrassing. Here I am jamming out. Oh, here we go. Huh. Do you hear it now? You probably hear it now. That was my bad. There's like a 30-second or like a 20-second delay of when I say things and hear things and when you guys chat. So hopefully by the time this goes through, it will be working. I guess I could just chat, would be quicker. Then I can just reply right away. That's something to remember. Okay. It's actually because the way that you have to set up sound in Mac, you have to download like a third-party program that like makes a digital driver. It's confusing, and that's why it didn't work. So yeah, kick's a little bit muffled. Probably even bring the brightness of that synth up a little bit. Sounding pretty nice. Nice build. The kick for me is just not punching through very well. Or like it's punching through okay. So this is Doublicious with Ambient Odyssey. Nice. Overall, it feels pretty well balanced. Just needs a little bit of clarity in the kick. Your hats and claps sound good. Melodies sound good. Those piano chords sound good. It has a cool outro, but if you want this to be like a DJ mix, I would suggest making an actual like mix out. But very cool track, really enjoy it. Love the melodies. Drums sound good. They sound like they fit well in this type of track. You could probably turn the hi-hat up a little bit if you wanted to, but I don't think it needs it. Overall, really nice. Really, really nice. If you have any questions, let me know. Next, I have Sergio Villas with Nightwatch. Just scope through this pretty quick. No problem. Thanks for the support. Do I think I'm gonna make a DJ stream someday? Yeah. I'm actually trying to buy some DJ gear, but it's like sold out everywhere. So I want to buy the XDJ XZ, the like big controller that's basically like CDJs, because I don't want to buy CDJs or could even find any CDJs. And then I'm gonna do some DJ streams as well, and do some like DJ mixes online. Oh, that sounds pretty good. No problem, Christina, for the advertising. This is really heavy and nice. Once in a quarter, yeah. This is pretty heavy, pretty nice. Mix is well balanced. A little bit too crowded in the mix, I think. Maybe it needs to have a little bit more EQing or a little bit more balance to not feel so full on, but that might just be the style. Cool sound. Cool build up. That bass is heavy. I honestly don't have any feedback for it. This sounds really high quality. Maybe make something that's a bit more memorable in it, but I think that's really it, and I think that's just the style. So I don't really have anything else to say for that one. It is a pretty cool track and pretty heavy, and I like it. So last we have Celtic with Two Don't Cry. Oh, Blue Tulip. This is the last song for tonight, so then I'm gonna take off after that. The kick is pretty muffled. I can't really hear the kick coming through really at all. Sorry that my Facebook keeps making noise. There we go. Unmute it. Cool ideas. That was your first track, Doublicious? Really well done. Papa Kuma, that was Sergio Villas. I'll put a link in the chat. Really beautiful melody here. I think the hats need to come up quite a bit. They're not really punching through that much. Like they're punching through, but they're just a bit quiet, and they're like a little bit too short, so that like they don't fill the high end very well. Very cool. Nice groove. That tambourine is too loud. That comes in, the like, it's too loud. It's like ear piercing. It's just very distracting. Yeah, so overall for this one, the kick is just not punching through enough. It's not like snapping through enough, and the drums aren't punching through enough. They're not loud. Everything else sounds pretty good. Again, then that tambourine is just it's quite a bit too loud. Oh, that was a long stream. I am pretty tired. It is almost 11 p.m. here. I had a really big day of going on 20,000 step hike up a huge hill to get to the top of this hill. And I did cycling this morning. So I am cooked. I want to say thank you again to everybody. It's been a great stream. We have some money that we're going to send over to Daria to help her. And I'm going to add to that as well. So thanks everybody for that. Thanks for the support. And if you want to submit your track for next month, please do so as soon as you're ready. I will be doing another feedback stream at the end of the month, of course, next month. Thank you for the patronage, support, all that stuff. You guys are awesome. Thanks, Christina, for hanging out and joining us. Juliana as well. And thanks to all the regulars, DO5, Kuma, Doublicious, Diane Arp. I don't want to forget anybody, but there's so many regulars here that I could thank. So thank you, Nico. Yeah, lots of people here that I want to thank, but always enjoy these streams very much. What else? Final reminders: sign up for the masterclass email list. It's at the link at the top of the chat. Music production courses. The discount code ends tomorrow at like 4 p.m. So it's stream 20K is the coupon code, all caps, and you get 30% off any of my courses. That's it. Always got to do the advertisements, right? I always got to throw those out there. Yeah, my pleasure. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks, Christina. All great tunes today. Thanks, Karen. Great to have you in the stream today. Get well soon, Dasha. Learned a ton. Amazing. That makes me really happy. I am going to go relax and then sleep. Much love, D. Appreciate you hanging out so much, man. I'm sure we'll meet someday soon. I guess do these up. Bum, 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 bum. Gotta take this off real quick. Delete that.